Hello, 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 everyone. Thank you for joining me today. I'm Gertrude Chapman, inspirational book coach and creator of the Aspiring Authors Lab, where I teach aspiring authors who are struggling with self esteem, self confidence, and self worth issues how to cut through the clutter, stop procrastinating, leverage their knowledge, and create income. And today I'm going to be talking about some simple keys to sell more books. Now, doesn't that sound exciting? Simple keys to sell more books. Now, the desire of every author is to write successful books, to convey their message, and to generate an income. That's what it's all about. However, this is not the case in many instances because oftentimes new authors, they overlook a few of the main components that will hinder them from selling their books. It's a few things, a few tweaks. If you run into a situation like that, it's only a few things that you need to be aware of. And today I'm going to shed some light to help you, sell more books, because this is the year that you said that you're going to be intentional. So let's get started. The first thing, you have to have a well-defined niche audience. That is most important. You have to write to the audience whose pain that you have felt, that pain point, to, answer the questions that they are asking. And when you're talking about your expertise and your experience, always consider, those pain points. What does your audience need the most? What is those questions? What are their pain points? What are they not sure of? What are they not aware of? What do they not know? Answer those pain points. So you have to provide them with solutions and steps to overcome their objective. Because, there's a lot of things. There's a whole lot of topics that, a lot of times I hear from new authors, I don't know what to write. I don't know what to write. But that's not true, because inside of your niche, inside of your expertise, inside of your experience, there's a lot to write about. But you just have to find it. So always remember, have a well-defined niche audience. A well-defined niche audience. Thank you for joining me today. The second thing, you have to focus on your title, because your title should reflect the question that your audience is asking. Your title is very important. And your title could either, help your audience out of a situation or show them how to avoid a problem. So your title is very important. The third thing is, have a book that is covers attract. Okay, you want your book cover to attract your niche audience. A cover that sells the book. Just not any old cover. So that's why I say, have a professional design a cover that is eye-catching, because that's very important. When somebody sees your book, you want your book to just jump off the counter or jump off the shelf. Something that's going to cause somebody to turn around and look twice, and go toward your book. Your book cover should entail, those colors, and that's why you have to have a professional, because they know how to put it together. They know how to put your colors together. They know how to put your fonts together. They know how to wrap it up with the title of your book so it jumps off the shelf. And this is something that's very important. It's something that, you have to really spend the money on, okay? And it doesn't really have to be that expensive. You just have to know where to look. You can get somebody off of Fiverr. I don't know if you know of that site, and they could create a book cover that is eye-catching. And, when you get more, and not saying that people at Fiverr are not professional, because they're very professional. Matter of fact, I use those people a lot of times to do projects that I have to do that it's not my expertise. So I just use them because this is something that, they do every day. So it's not saying that, they're not professional, but if you wanted to, try them and see, or go somewhere else, it's fine. It's up to you. But as long as they're a professional, as long as they know what they're doing, because even at Fiverr, I'm going to tell you, I have had many people at Fiverr do all sorts of things for me. And I mean, I always appreciated everything. I always did, even from my logo, because it was very, eye catching. The next thing that you could do is catchy excerpt on the back cover of your book. Something that's going to, draw your niche audience in. It's going to really draw them in. So it'll highlight a portion of your story to hook that potential reader. Somebody, that say, oh, wow, I need to read this, I want to explore more what's inside of this book. So that catchy excerpt. So that's another way. If you don't know how to do it, hire somebody, Like I said, it could be Fiverr, it could be a host of other different people where you could find a good copywriter to, say the things that maybe you can't say or can't express. So that's why it's so good to always have a team of professionals who is there at your beck and call. Okay. And I mean, it's always a good thing because the bottom line is you want to sell your books, and you want to sell your books because you have worked hard on your message. You have worked hard on getting your story done. You have worked hard on your book, and now you don't want just to sit there on your computer, or in your digital store, or sit there on the shelf if it's uh, um, a physical book, if it's a hard copy or a paperback copy. You don't want just to sit there. You want to sell it. So do what you have to do in order to get your book out there in the hands of your reader. Okay? The next thing is market your book effectively by getting the word out about your book immediately, before it's completed. You have to build the excitement and the momentum. You have to create a buzz using every avenue of promotion, because this promotes a demand. It creates a demand for people waiting to purchase your book. It has to be exciting. It has to be high momentum. You have to be excited about it, aspiring author. You have to be excited about it. These keys define the very key factors that create anticipation on the author's point of view in order to cause a movement in the reader's actions. You have to do it. The energy comes from the creator, who is you. Okay, you are the author, you are the creator, and this is where the energy has to come from. The author is the one who has to stir the pot, and it all begins with you. So if your books are not selling, or you having this downtime, this low momentum, I encourage you to stir yourself up. Get excited about what you're doing. Get excited about, creating that book where it carries your message to the people that are asking the questions. If you don't set the pace, who will? Who'll set the pace? You can't murmur and complain when it all comes from you. You have to know, you have to know that you are carrying the energy. You are the one that sets the momentum. And again, know what your audience wants. Highlight the presentation of your book to grab attention, making your potential readers look twice and stop what they are doing and pay attention and, gravitate toward your book. You could do it. You can do this. And now that you have cast the net, with your marketing, it's time to pull in the nets. After you've done all that you can, you pull in the nets. Just pull them in and watch the sales come in. Watch them come in. When always don't strive for perfection, but strive for excellence. Strive for giving your all. That's why I always say a book is more than a bunch of words that you place between two covers and call it a book. You have to put thought behind it. You have to put momentum behind it. There has to be a movement, a methodology. All of those things matter. A team. All of those things matter. They all matter. So I hope that what I have shared has stirred something inside of you to help you understand that you are the one who sets the pace, and not your readers, but you are. They'll react to whatever you do. You are that ball of energy that creates all of this, excitement around your project. If you sit still and wait, guess what? They'll sit and wait. If you begin moving with purpose, they will likewise. They'll move with purpose, and because they want to see what all the noise is about. You are a vital part of this entire equation. So with that being said, I hope that you have gained value from this. In fact, I just launched my new ebook, and this is something that could help you too. It's how to get unstuck writing your book. And it teaches you, and it's a free ebook, okay? It teaches you preventative ways to avoid being stuck and getting your book project completed on time. So if you would like a free copy of this book, you could go to my website and grab a copy because it's amazing. It's amazing, some of the things that I talked about. Thank you for joining me. That will get you unstuck or prevent you from being stuck when you're in the middle of writing your book. And like I said, it's a free copy. And you could go there by going to bit.ly/how to get unstuck writing your book. Again, that's bit.ly/how to get unstuck writing your book. And it's a free copy. So I thank you for joining me today. And I hope that you join me next time. I'm Gertrude J. Chapman, Inspirational Book Coach. And remember, this is your time. This is your season. This is your turning point. Have a great rest of the day.